Last week, Governor Whitmer announced that fall high school sports would be allowed to pick back up, and that includes football.
So ahead of next Thursday's kickoff, the MHSAA is clarifying just how many people can be in the stands. We spoke to them and a local athletic director to break it down for us.
Friday night lights are nearly back, but the roar from the crowd will be much different this season.
Listen, it's not going to be as loud.
The governor's orders call for limited attendance for all fall sports. MHSAA Executive Director Mark Ewell explains.
In the EO, for both indoor and outdoor events in Phase 4, take your number of participants times 2, and that's the number of spectators.
So what do those numbers look like for larger teams like football?
10 coaches, 70 athletes, there's 80. So now 80 times 2, that's only 160. Now if you want to throw in, let's say, 15 cheerleaders, that would then add another 30 spectators to that. So even in that stadium of 1,000 people plus, you're only talking about hundreds.
Participants includes players, cheerleaders, coaching staff, and officials. For sports with smaller teams, the spectator number is capped at 100. And as always, fans will have some new rules to follow.
I think 2 absolutes are going to be social distancing in the wearing of a mask, at least to start off.
Rockford's athletic director, Cole Andrews, says managing the crowds will undoubtedly be challenging.
We went from 0 to 100. Just with one decision. So I would be lying to tell you if we're not a little overwhelmed right now.
Andrews says they're still working on ticketing systems to make sure only 2 people per participant are getting in.
The easiest way to combat that would be a list, and you'd come in and say, Joey Smith's two guests, cross them off. They don't get anybody else. That's probably how we'll run it for football games at Rockford.
He says they're literally making game day decisions as they count down to kickoff.
We're not going to risk someone's health just to play a game. We're going to make sure we do what's right.
And he's just hoping people understand the hard choices that they have to make to keep everyone safe.
Never in my wildest dreams would have thought we would be talking about all these things that we're talking about today. So I hope people show patience.
And band members currently are not allowed on the field as they are not covered under the MHSAA. The first football games in our Blitz coverage is set for next Friday, September 18th.